Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be doing something completely different that we have never done on the channel. I promise you, we're still playing a basketball video game, but it is not NBA 2K. We are playing NBA Live 19. And I gotta say, there are some things that I really do like about this game. So in today's video, when we do get on to the later portion of the video where we're going to be playing the game and doing gameplay and things like that, we're going to be using this 6'11" stretch big build, which I think is like an older version of Kevin Durant type of build. I understand there is a build specifically for KD in this game, but it's more of like a Golden State 6'9" shot creator type of build. But I think this older, like the marksman Dirk Nowitzki build, fits closer to KD nowadays. Excellent jump shooter, can create a shot off the dribble, and also does a whole lot of damage in the post. So we will be demonstrating that gameplay towards a later portion of this video. But I do want to talk about some things that I do really like about this game. So when it comes to making players in NBA Live, there are archetypes, right? You're not going to be able to make a build that does literally everything in this game. You got to either prioritize offense, defense, some specific parts of offense or defense. You're not going to be able to make something that does a little bit of everything. And the big thing here that I really like in this game is that there are specialists. There are specialists that really excel in one specific thing that you don't really see in NBA 2K games anymore, is like the pure green pie chart type of builds or the pure red type of builds. Like, you don't see those in modern 2K games anymore. And that's one thing that I really liked about NBA Live playing it recently, is that like you can make something that's a stretch big with a 95-3 that's 6'11". Or if you want to make something that's more on the defensive end, we can go to a rim protector. We can make this evolution player that's 7'2" and maxes out at a 75 speed, because you do get some upgrades for this player later on that lets you max out the speed even further. So you're going to have a 75 speed on a 7'2" player, and it's also going to have 99 block. It's going to be able to play some level of on-ball defense. And that's another thing as well, is that you got players like on the wing side of things. You got the wing defender, which you can make literally 6'9", minimum weight, which is going to get you like almost 90 speed, somewhere around there. And you're going to have 95 prim, 95 steal on a 6'9" player that also has an 85 three-pointer, which is absolutely insane. But those are the things you specialize in. You're not really great at anything else. And that's kind of what I like about NBA Live. You pick your things that you're really good at, and you're going to be absolutely insane regardless of your height, regardless of your physical abilities, which is totally different than how it is in 2K. And I'm not saying the 2K builder is bad by any stretch of the margin, but there are some things that I do like about the NBA Live build system. Now, obviously, one of the more broken builds in this game is the Vinsanity build. You can make a 6'8" build that gets a 95 ball handle, 95 dunk with an 85 3. That is kind of broken, don't get me wrong, but defensively, that build is not going to be able to do a whole lot. It can kind of hold its own, but it's not going to be super crazy. And then the wing shooter, the Reaper KD build. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is like a Golden State Kevin Durant type of build. You get an 85 ball handle with a 95 3, 95 midi. You get a contested 3 rating of like an 85, a shot off the dribble of like an 85. And that's another thing that I really like about NBA Live 19, which is kind of like how it was in older 2Ks from what I've heard. Again, I didn't really play many older 2Ks, but a lot of older 2Ks, you would have to upgrade specific attributes, or there'd be specific attributes that you couldn't get on specific builds, like being able to hit shots off the dribble, but you could still have a high three-pointer. So it's not like modern 2Ks where if you have a 93, you're gonna be able to hit catch and shoots, limitless threes, fading threes, step back threes. You're gonna be able to do all those things with that 3-point rating. But in these type of games, and in older 2Ks, if I'm not mistaken, you would also need to have some sort of like moving shot 3 type of rating, which I really like having in these type of games. So when it comes to the builder, although it is, again, heavily outdated, this was made in what, 2018, 2019, the builder is definitely outdated. But the build that I did end up making, and I've grinded all the way out to level 100, is the stretch big. And as you guys can see, once again, you're gonna max out with a 95 3-point shot, 95 mid-range shot. Fellas, if I get to load up on day 1 of 2K25 and I see a 6'11" or a 7-foot stretch big with 95 3-pointer, just know things would be absolutely insane. An 88 inside shot, an 88 rebound, and 88 post moves. Those are the things that these two stretch big like types max out in. These are the things that both the Cat build and the Dirk build do the exact same. Then when you come in here, you can either make the marksman, which gets you an 85 shot off the dribble, which means you can shoot the step backs, the fades, the dribble pull-ups, the things like that. With the Dirk Nowitzki build, which you can't do with Cat, but what you do get with Cat is an 85 block. So you have a stretch big with like a 70-ish dunk, 95-3, 85 block, and like an 88 defensive rebound. If I can make that on 2K, I swear to, oh my God. But anyways, what we're gonna be end up using for today's video is actually the marksman, because I really do like the shot off the dribble, because that kind of fits more into the KD play style. Being able to hit a hesitation, drive, hit the dribble pull up. You're gonna see a lot of spin jumpers and hop jumpers later on in this video as well. And that shot off the dribble helps with that to a pretty large extent. Obviously, you can do either or. And when you actually do make one of these builds, here, I'll actually switch back to my actual player. We're enough about the builder. I think I've kind of covered everything that I wanted to say for the most part. You come into skills over here, and as you can see, everything's going to be upgraded on my player. I hit level 100. I grinded this thing out. Now, with those icons that we were taking a look at earlier, looking at these icons over here, you can swap after making a build from both different icon types. So if you want to play on Big Cat, have the 85 block, you can do that. Or if you want to switch to the marksman and get the 85 off shot off the dribble with the Dirk Nowitzki, you can select that. And they all have things that you have to upgrade, which we will take a look at right now. There's this whole path of things that you have to upgrade as you're making this build. So Dirk's gonna get more contested shooting, more passing, whereas Cat gets, I believe, more post-ups as well as dunk and block, if I'm not mistaken. But again, really cool system. This is something way different to how like the 2K builders are currently. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Again, this is not me saying NBA Live 19 is better than NBA 2K24, because let's just get that out the way. 2K24 is a much better game than NBA Live 19. But there are things that I like about this builder that I wish would be in 2K25 in some way or shape or form, but that's not going to be possible. I mean, I don't know. I haven't touched the game or tested the game early. I don't have that type of access. Mike Wang, if you want to hit me up, I mean, hey, I'll test it. But anyways, again, everything's maxed out. 95 midi with a 95-3 on a 6'11". Oh my God. You're gonna see in the gameplay, this type of stuff is absolutely insane. One big, right. Big thing here with the upgrades. The shot off the dribble, the mid-range here. Let's go take a look at the three-pointer. When you upgrade this, it's all skill points. This is all stuff you have to grind in either their like my career mode, which I believe is called the league, where you play online and grind it. There is no money involved. There is no microtransactions when it comes to upgrading your player, and all the cosmetics you can pretty much just get from earning money in game. So there really is no money that has to go into this game when you play it. For somebody who maybe doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money on builds, if you want to just have fun on NBA Live, I've been having lots of fun on NBA Live, just grinding out this build. Obviously, it's an old game. It's not going to be as good as any 2K that comes out nowadays, but it has been a whole lot of fun to play on for me recently. So now let's talk about traits. Traits are like badges on 2K, right? So on this Kevin Durant player, I got way back on gold, catch and shoot on gold, late to the party on gold. Now, late to the party is absolutely insane, because if a defender is late on closing out, which again, the contest system in this game is way worse than any 2K game that we play currently. If you give anybody like an inch of space to shoot and you're late to close out, you're not going to get a contest, and that shot's going to be greenable. So these stretch bigs in this type of game, the wing shooters in this game are really, really good. So these are going to be my badges. They don't go any higher level than gold. So there's no Hall of Fame badge or platinum like it's Madden or anything, but they do max out on gold, which is pretty nice. I haven't really tested out a whole lot of the other badges, but these are the ones that I've been using. The way back is like limitless range. Catch and shoot is just literally catch and shoot. And then late to the party is something like, I guess the closest comparison would be Deadeye or Guard Up to an extent, but again, very, very similar badge system. There actually are some badges like Brick Wall. It's the exact same thing. But yeah, so that's gonna be the badge system. Now, last thing, animations, okay? We're gonna come over here, animations. Now, this is another really interesting thing here. We're gonna just talk about just the shooting. All right. Now, as you can see, there are no height restrictions in this game, right? If your player unlocks these animations, you can use them. So for example, this is a 6'11" stretch big. I could scroll over here, and if I want, I could put on Ray Allen's jump shot. I could put on Paul George's jump shot. I could put on Pau Gasol's jump shot. I mean, that's kind of expected. I could put on Lonzo Ball, LeBron James's jump shot. I could put on Kyrie Irving's jump shot if I wanted to. There are no height restrictions. As long as you unlock a jump shot, you can throw that thing on. But for today's video, we're going to be using Kevin Durant's jump shot. Now, big thing with the jumpers in this game is your jump shot selection also determines what your hop jumpers and your spin jumper and your dribble pull-up animations are. So they're all tied together. So if you pick a jump shot for a specific player and you want to do spin jumpers, hop jumpers, and dribble pull-ups, you have to make sure you put on the right jump shot so you can do those things. So the meta jump shot in this game is by far Ray Allen. right? But Ray Allen, in my personal opinion, doesn't have really great spin jumpers or hop jumpers or dribble pull-ups. And since I'm playing on something that I consider a KD build, I want KD's jump shot. You guys are going to see in this video, 2K, we gotta lock it in, man, because NBA Live 19 has a better looking and better feeling in-game jump shot for Kevin Durant than y'all do 6 years later, 5 years later. I don't know how to do math. I don't really know. Might have been 2018, 2019. I don't really know when this game came out exactly. So yeah, 2K, we better lock it in because the KD jump shot on 2K24 is awful. It's so hitchy. No matter what uppers you put on it, no matter what you do to it, it's got a hitch to it. That better not be a thing on NBA 2K25. Kevin Durant jump shot on NBA 2K25 better be the best jump shot for bigs. I don't want to hear anything otherwise. It better be, and it should be, unless you want to say maybe Chris Bosh. KD's jumper should literally always be the best jump shot for bigs every single year because that is literally the best jump shooter in the league right now for bigs that are that size. That's a totally separate rant, but we're not going to talk about that much further. But now with that all being said, I think I've pretty much said everything that I wanted to say about the core builder and game design of this game when it comes to all of this. Now, obviously, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the gameplay. All right, so the gameplay on NBA Live 19 is, well, it's interesting for sure. Like I mentioned with the shooting earlier on, if you get just a little bit of space to get a shot off, you're going to be able to get it off without any issue. And there's that stretch big just absolutely being insane. Lading a shot and it still goes in. But right here, the spin jumper, that's that KD spin jumper. We greened it, perfect timing. Ignore the KD face scan. There's not a whole lot of customization when it comes to faces in this game. And then take a look at this right here. Driving towards the baseline, step it back. That's what I'm saying. You can jump late and maybe get a decent contest, but that shot is still greenable. Now, really quickly talking about defense, it's kind of tricky in this game. A lot of people say NBA Live doesn't have defense in this game, and to most people, I would generally agree with that statement, but it's just more difficult simply because if you are out of position to the left, to the right, or if you're staying just a little bit too far back on somebody, they're going to be able to get the shot. It's kind of hard to get a good jump contest and close out on somebody late, especially with badges like late to the party. And again, post up right here, fade, turn around the other way. Didn't really time that shot that well at all, but since we have a 95 mid-range shot, it's just gonna go in pretty easily. Now, if we were playing 2K, I would time a fade like that 10 times out of 10 just because I've been playing that for 9 months at this point. NBA Live, I've been only playing for like 3-4 days, so I'm gonna miss time a couple shots here and there, just trying to relearn the animations. Now, right here, we definitely could have just shot a standstill 3, but we ended up shooting a step back 3 for game, and we greened it. Now, once again, I do think there is some defense in this game, maybe not necessarily for paint defense. Paint defense in this game is pretty bad, but if you are out of position, you're going to pay the price. It really is that simple. Now, moving on to a second game right here. Now, we're going to have 3 games in this video. We're going post up once again, turn around, fade the other way. That shot we end up greening, and that's what I'm saying. If they jump, if you get a couple inches of space, that shot's going to be greenable, and it's not going to be hard to time. And there is something that I like about that, honestly, because with 2K games nowadays, there is still just like a level of like ghost contest that can make it hard to time a shot sometimes. You ever timed a shot and you thought it would be open or wide open, then you look down, it says it's like a 9 or a 10% contest? Yeah, that's not really a thing on NBA Live. Now, on the split side of things, contested shooting is pretty easy in this game. Not saying it's not easy on 2K24. It could be just as easy if you put the time in on NBA 2K24 because you could green, yellows, and reds, but there is a little bit more of a skill gap when it comes to shooting contested in NBA 2K24. There isn't going to be a whole lot of playing to and then being able to get a good jump contest on a closeout. No, if you're out of position, even if you try to jump, the game's not going to get you back in position and let you get a good contest. Now, going back to defense, talking about defense a little bit more, passing lane steals in NBA Live are non-existent. They are actually somehow worse than NBA 2K24 because passing lane steals at NBA 2K24 compared to previous 2Ks is also not great. When it comes to rim protection, I think it's also easier to get blocks when you're out of position. So, for example, chase down blocks or blocks where you're coming in from the side and things like that. But then again, back to the paint defense. Paint defense in this game, boy, oh boy, it might be right there with 2K22 current gen. Like, it is that bad. And just to bring up something really quickly that I should have mentioned sooner, but you saw it in the previous clip with the post fadeaway, it is very easy to shoot over smaller defenders in this game, which is not the case on NBA 2K24. I could load up on a 7'1" stretch stretch big, 93 mid with an 86 3. I can have a small guard on me with no defense. If he puts his hands up, it's a yellow. I don't think that should be the case. If I am 5'6" inches taller than you and you don't got no D, I don't care if you put your hand up, but hey, that's just me. And again, going back to the gameplay, man, oh man, that Kevin Durant jump shot in this game just feels so smooth. It's got that lean back to it that feels like a Kevin Durant jump shot. And again, 2K, we gotta lock it in, man, because that Kevin Durant jump shot in NBA 2K24 is awful. Look at this right here. He's just leaving me wide open. We just pull up and green it, baby. Greens are instant in this game. You'll know if you greened a shot very quickly early on. And look at this right here. We're posting up from half court, basically holding L2, and we could spin out of it, get somebody out of the way. So if somebody tries to full court you from super high in this game and you got post control, you can post up from the half court or from the 3-point line right here and use those spin drives to get good positioning. Then we hit him with the pump fake, go up with the layup, and it's in. But yeah, so final closing thoughts about NBA Live 19. There are some things that I really like about it. There are some things that I do not like about it. There are some things in this game that I wish 2K would implement, and there are other things that I just don't understand why they would even put in the game. But look at the ankle breaker for the final clip. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely something completely different. But hey, man, it's July. We got to try some stuff here and there. I'm out, man. Peace.